So today I'll be presenting the C++ workshop to follow along. If you wish, you can use this online compiler. So C++ compared to Python in a vacuum, real-world applications such as software development and game development. The other way you can write comments instead of writing it inside of here. So you have to tell the program that we're going to be using things from this library, the input-output stream, IO stream. If I wrote this would not get run because it's outside of int main, which instead of outputting something, inputs something, and you can store what the input is from the user into, it says std cout hello world. And you see that there is this double, and you also need it if you want to add more things to it, like an end line. This end line will tell the program that you want to end this line, or basically like pressing return on your keyboard and see in this string so that later I can also see out. So I wrote C++ and it output C++ because, and what you'll notice is that CN uses the opposite type of something from the loudspeaker. That's why the loudspeaker is pointed towards CN and not towards cout. I have a there's some questions in chat I'm going to answer right now. We're just going to do a basic C++ workshop for beginners. So we're not going to do anything too advanced today. 16 once. It's just that I typed 16 here so that it could know that it was 16. So, and it is int, which means integer, bool, which is Boolean, string, which is like text, like it would say 10, high, true, or 1, which basically means true. But I changed B to blue, A to 19, float to 2.89. Fortunately, it's not very difficult. All you need to learn is these symbols and how you can use them. So 3 minus 4 is -1. You can multiply them. If you don't know what it is, it's basically remainder in division. So like 16 modulus 7. What we can also do is, as a shortcut, you can say plus equals, which means b equals b plus 2. It's basically writing the same thing. Format you would write it is as shown here. If open parentheses, condition, close parentheses, and then curly brackets. In this case, 1 is not equal to 2, so it'll say yes. And you can say, first we'll learn about while loops, and while loops are kind of like if statements, but what is inside of this condition becomes false. So if it's true, then it'll run something and it'll check if it's true again. So if b is less than 100, let's say 25, then we can say this is b from here, 12, and then it incremented by 1 and incremented by 1 all the way to 24. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it starts at 0, and until it's equal to or greater than 10, it'll keep running. So for instance, if the number was randomly 31 and I guessed 50, the program would tell me it's too low. And then if I said 25, it would a little activity where we'll write a number guessing game program. About half of the time has passed, So I'm actually gonna give everybody some hints. We're going to take the user input for the guess of the program, which namespace that CN comes from. And so CN comes from STD. So you have to tell it that it's from STD by saying STD and double colon. So that was the solution for the number guessing game. The next thing we'll learn about is functions. A function, which wrote this and then returned 19. And we took 19 plus 3 as the new return. Variables inside of functions. You can assign variables to functions. So you can say if you didn't like that C++ used so that the function now has a variable attached to it, and you could say cout string. Let's actually use the print we just wrote and say print var. And then if called recursive 7, printed 6, called recursive 6, and so on. At the beginning, we'll also call triangle length -1. There's a good way to counter this. We could just write spaces. You're telling the program that this function will return this. And if it's void, that's not really a type. So you're just telling it, I'm not returning anything.